YouTube friends, what's going on? It's your girl Vanity V. Happy Monday. Hope you guys had a great weekend as always. So you guys, let's get into it. As we predicted, I said this saga between Keke Palmer and her estranged baby father Darius Jackson is getting worse and worse with every 48 hours that goes by. So I reported last week. If you haven't checked out my video, please check it out, where I kind of break down what happened when the news broke about her and him and the DV, the alleged harassment, assault, all of those things, the stills that leaked, right? And so I was like, yes, I'm going to have to come back and give you guys some more of the tea, because we know that it's going to be more. And just like clockwork, after the weekend, we have some audio, some screenshots that have dropped. Now, you guys, this is not just about Keke and Darius. We have Darius, I think I got his name right, Darius Jackson, who was Dro from Insecure, which is Darius's brother. He chimed in. Then Keke Palmer's mom came in, fried his ass, died, and laid him to the side, exposing alleged accusations about him as well, and telling him pretty much hush, because you're no better than your brother, right? So we had that happen. That we had some more information that came out about the timeline of Keke's relationship with Darius. Apparently, this has been going on for a long time. There has been trouble in paradise, and they have been faking for the gram. And I don't even want to put it like that, because we know when you're dealing with DV, we all know what that is. When we're dealing with some type of alleged abuse, a lot of times the abused covers things up, makes things appear a way that they're not, to save face or to protect the person. So I don't want to be too hard on Keke until we hear otherwise. We're going to believe what she has said, especially with everything that has leaked, right? But like I said, today some other news has popped off. And remember, we know that Keke's mother, my apologies, I do not know Keke's, her mom's first name. We're going to call her Miss Palmer. Now, we have audio that has leaked from Darius that clearly we already know what time it is, because he seems like he's trash. I don't know this man, but I'm just going based off of the things that he has shown us, in addition to the saga that happened with Usher. We saw how insecure he is. We saw how he put all of that on blast, put her on blast, in a way that he should have, kind of kept how he felt about her to himself. We see what type of person he is. But now he's leaked audio of Keke Palmer's mom, pretty much, not even pretty much. She told him, let me tell you something. If you mess with my daughter again, I'm going to put a bullet in your, what. And let's kind of unpack that. Number one, what is going on with all of these things that are being leaked? I don't like that. I think that that's kind of like a punk move for him to leak the audio of that, especially what we know about this. We know not only did he allegedly, put his hands on her, but when he did that, he allegedly broke into her house. So I have a daughter, you know what I'm saying? My daughter's young. She's not even she's not even in her double digits yet. But I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to protect my daughter. So for him to leak that, I think that that was his ill attempt to try to sway some of the, heat off of him and back onto Keke, into her mom. And it's like, bruh, you have threatened this woman. You committed breaking and entering. There's at least 4 or 5 crimes that you have committed, Darius Jackson. And then for you to leak audio of her mom protecting her, threatening you, but because of the circumstances. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that she said anything that anybody else's mama would not have said, especially a black mom. You continue to put your hands on my daughter. You broke into my home. Or you broke into her home, you put your hands on her. What do you think is going to happen? Try it again. You try to put your hands on Keke, try to do it to me, because I got something for you. And that's pretty much what his mom said, which is like anybody's mama would have said that. So Darius, you leaking the audio, and I'm sure you sent it to TMZ. You leaking that audio was to try to, again, put the heat off of you. You're going to probably try to file some type of harassment charges. I bet you're going to try to say, okay, because of what her mom did, now you don't want the mom around your kid. And this is just getting so nasty, so disgusting, so nasty, and so rude. Okay? In the words of Nene Leakes, it's getting bad, you guys. And I'm sad because I blame Darius. And I'm not saying that I'm sure Keke is, nobody's innocent and everybody makes mistakes in relationships. But once you start breaking into somebody's house, number one, I don't care if you have a baby with them, you have no right to break into somebody's home. That's number one. Then you put your hands on her. You shouldn't even be allowed because there is a temporary restraining order that Keke has out against him. He shouldn't even be able to, with that restraining order, antagonize her or leak things. When you have a restraining order, I thought that was like, you can't put anything online about them. You can't contact them. Obviously, you can't come within a certain distance of them. So I wonder if this is him going against the restraining order altogether. Now, of course, he's going to say, well, I didn't leak it. I'm sure he's going to say that, but how did it get out? You clearly have audio of this, so you tape this mom. You tape this mom in a conversation that you had with her. It sounds like from the audio, you reached out to her about your son, which again, you have a restraining order. So not only should you not be contacting Keke, why are you contacting her mom? So Keke needs to look into, reporting that, because I'm sure there's something that he broke within all of that. So then we have, child, the mamas are involved. We have Darius and Saranis's mother, who texted Keke's mom and was like, and again, look up the text messages. I'm not going to post them here. Do your own research, but I'm going to give you guys the Cliff's Notes of what his mom now said. Look, she said to Keke's mom, I usually don't want to get involved and I try to stay out of the business, but now you're threatening to put bullets in my son's head and kill him and all of these different things. Now you're threatening his life. This is not okay. And so Keke's mom wrote back like, get out of here. Don't contact me. Your son, I have every right to protect my daughter. He trespassed into her home and he physically abused her. So yes, I'm going to do what I need to do to protect my daughter, as she should. Now, again, I am not an advocate for violence. I'm not an advocate for anybody putting a bullet in anybody's anything, but enough is enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to say this also. We know that allegedly Darius, one of the complaints that Keke had in her file for full custody and for the temporary restraining order is that Darius in the past has threatened to delete himself. And that is problematic. I take issue with people making threats like that. For one, it shows that you are clearly unstable mentally. You have some type of mental assistance that you need to get. You're dealing with something, but the mere threat of that, to me, is problematic. And I'm not saying that everyone who has thoughts like that is capable of hurting someone else or doing something to someone else. But I will say this, we have seen time and time again, situations where men and women, but usually it's men that will delete themselves, delete the kids, delete the wife. You know what I'm saying? We see it all of the time. And so for me, that is a red flag. Again, I am not saying that everyone who has these types of thoughts is capable of hurting or deleting someone else. But what I am saying is that it's a red flag, okay? And so if you are having thoughts of harming yourself to the point where these thoughts now leave your mouth and you're telling me that in an effort to keep me with you, you don't need to be around your kid until you get help, period. And so the behavior that Darius is exhibiting, child. The behavior that Darius is exhibiting is classic narcissistic behavior, and I am not quick to pin someone as a narcissist, but I do believe that he's insecure and he's mentally ill. And I would be worried for my life if I was Keke. So Keke, I pray that you have, some security, some airtight security. Keep him away from your house. You don't know what he is capable of. And I also will say this, Keke, your mom has every right to protect you, but you should probably put a muzzle on her. She can feel how she feels, but in the interest of your court cases, you probably want her to be quiet, because it's not, even though we know she's well within her right to feel like, look, I'm going to protect my daughter and my grandson at all costs. It doesn't look good that it doesn't look or sound good to actually hear her say it. So Keke, you probably should tell your mom that she has to hush it up. You guys need to be quiet. Keep, the details of this case close to the vest, and make sure you're not talking to too many people that are going to leak it to TMZ. Now, Keke, however, with all of this being said, she's the one person we haven't heard from. And I'm sure that is a strategic move on her part. Keke, I wouldn't say anything about this. There's no reason, this is salacious and all, but this is your real life. So you want to make sure that you do what you need to do for your son and keep your hands as clean as possible. But it's just getting ugly. And we have, Dominique Perry, who had a baby with Dro, who made a statement last week, and her statement was a little murky. The way her statement sounded was she implied maybe that she had gone through some things with Dro as well, allegedly. So it's just like, it's too many cooks in the kitchen. There's too many people talking, and it's really sad, because at the end of the day, there is a little, infant baby at the crux of this that is just in the middle, and it's really, really sad. So I am praying that I'm praying for peace for everybody involved. I'm praying that Darius gets the help that he needs, because he clearly, again, is mentally ill and needs some help, in addition to the fact that he is allegedly harming Keke physically. And so he needs to get help. Keke, you need to get help too. When you're going through things like this, therapy is going to definitely be your best friend. And I need the mamas to just chill out, okay? So I just wanted to come and talk to y'all about this, because all of this, these text messages, this audio has hit, and I knew that we were going to hear more about this. So again, I'm going to continue to follow the story, you guys. Drop down in my comments. Let me know what you guys think. Did you guys hear the audio? If you haven't, go listen to it. It is a classic Black mama who is, definitely going to make sure she protects her daughter. I'm not even mad at it. Let me know what you guys think. Drop down in my comments. As always, like, subscribe, and share, you guys. And I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye-bye.